Earth, a simple name for an extraordinary planet. In a world full of extreme beauty, nature has painted its masterpiece, and humanity has added its own bold strokes. Eternal glaciers reflect in crystal-clear lakes. Mighty waterfalls plunge from dizzying cliffs. Enormous skyscrapers reach for the sky. Earth is a planet rich with wonders, where natural beauty intertwines with human ingenuity in a timeless dance. This is our world, and it is forever poised to impress us. Get ready for a journey that will take your breath away. Welcome to the second chapter of our Odyssey, through the 100 most extraordinary places on Earth. This extraordinary planet we call home hosts an incredible variety of breathtaking landscapes and man-made wonders. From remote tropical islands to bustling, vibrant cities, Earth never ceases to amaze us. In our first episode, we embarked on a journey through 100 of the most spectacular places in the world. If you missed it, you can find the link in the description below. Today, we continue our exploration with another 100 places that will leave you in awe. Each one holds a unique story, a piece of the puzzle that makes up the beauty of our planet. Whether you're a seasoned explorer or an armchair dreamer, get ready to be transported across continents and cultures to discover hidden corners and famous icons, all equally capable of touching the soul and sparking the imagination. Let's begin. Danakil Desert, Ethiopia. The Danakil Desert, located in the Horn of Africa, is one of the most inhospitable and fascinating places on the planet. Notoriously one of the hottest places on Earth, this lunar landscape is dotted with boiling lava lakes, sulfur springs, and active volcanoes. The multicolored soil, acid vapors rising from cracks, and deposits of crystalline salt create an environment that seems more suited to the cosmos than to Earth. Venturing into the Danakil is like exploring a primitive world where geological forces continue to shape a landscape as hostile as it is mesmerizing. Tokyo, Japan. Tokyo is a city of astonishing contrasts, where ancient meets modern in a symphony of unique experiences. From tranquil Zen gardens and historic temples, like the Meiji Shrine, to the frenetic crossroads such as Shibuya Crossing, the city offers a broad spectrum of experiences. Tokyo is a paradise for technology and fashion enthusiasts, with districts like Akihabara and Ginza showcasing the latest trends and innovations in gadgets and luxury. Its culinary scene is equally diverse, celebrating everything from traditional sushi prepared by master itamae to innovative fusion restaurants. The city is also famous for its cherry blossoms, which in spring draw both locals and tourists to numerous Hanami festivals. Valdorcia, Italy. The beating heart of Tuscany is a landscape that seems painted by a Renaissance master. Gentle rolling hills, dotted with solitary cypress trees and ancient medieval villages, stretch as far as the eye can see, creating an almost surreal scene of beauty. This UNESCO World Heritage Site is the quintessence of the Tuscan imaginary. Pienza and Montalcino are just two of the gems that adorn this valley. The natural thermal baths of Bagno Vignoni, with its unique water square, offer a relaxing experience immersed in history. Whether explored by car, bicycle, or on foot, Valdorcia offers emotions in every season, from the golden fields of summer to the warm colors of autumn to the bright green of spring. It's a place where time stands still, inviting tourists to fully immerse themselves in the beauty and flavors of an authentic and timeless Tuscany. Alaska, United States. America's last frontier, Alaska is a land of superlatives and extreme contrasts. Vast, untouched wildernesses stretch endlessly, dominated by majestic mountains like Denali, the highest peak in North America. In summer, the midnight sun illuminates surreal landscapes, while in winter, the northern lights dance in the Arctic sky. Millennial glaciers, like Mendenhall, plunge into spectacular fjords, creating a unique ecosystem where bears, moose, and eagles thrive. Native communities preserve ancient traditions, visible in remote villages and in the totems that dot the temperate rainforests of the southeast. Alaska is not just a destination, it's an adventure that challenges the senses and imagination, a place where nature reigns supreme and humans are just passing guests. Angkor Wat, Cambodia. Angkor Wat, the jewel of Cambodia, is the largest and most impressive temple in the Angkor complex. Originally built as a Hindu temple in the 12th century and later transformed into a Buddhist center, it is a masterpiece of Khmer architecture. Its majestic towers and intricate stone carvings captivate tourists. At sunrise, Angkor Wat transforms, with golden hues illuminating its facades, creating a magical moment. French Riviera, France. The French Riviera, or Côte d'Azur, is world-renowned for its glamour and unique beauty. Stretching from Saint-Tropez to Menton, the coast is dotted with luxurious cities like Nice, Cannes, and Monaco. Each city has its unique charm. Nice, with its lively promenade and flower market. Cannes, famous for its film festival and luxury boutiques. Monaco, on the other hand, is famous for its lavish casino and Formula One Grand Prix. Moreover, the golden beaches, cobalt blue sea, and fine dining restaurants offer the essence of Mediterranean life. Volcano Paricutin, Mexico. Volcano Paricutin is one of the few volcanoes in the world whose formation was witnessed and documented by humans. It erupted for the first time in 1943 in an agricultural field, radically transforming the local landscape in a very short period. Its lava flows buried villages and churches, leaving only the towers of some of them protruding from the hardened rock, creating a desolate and fascinating landscape that attracts visitors and scientists. The history of Paricutin is a living reminder of the Earth's uncontrollable power, a natural monument illustrating our planet's ability to change shape in spectacular and unexpected ways. Big Sur, United States. Between San Francisco and Los Angeles stretches one of the world's most spectacular coastal areas. Big Sur is a place where the Santa Lucia Mountains plunge dramatically into the Pacific Ocean, creating marvelous vistas at every turn of Highway 1. Iconic bridges like Bixby Creek Bridge seem suspended between sky and sea. Hidden beaches, accessible only through steep trails, offer a rare solitude in California. The giant sequoias of Julia Pfeiffer Burns State Park create natural cathedrals, while McWay Falls plunges directly into the ocean in a surreal spectacle. Artists, writers, and spiritual seekers have found inspiration in these landscapes for decades. That's why Big Sur is more than a destination. It's a soul-touching experience, a place where nature's majesty reveals itself in all its power. Coron, Philippines. Nestled in the Palawan archipelago, Coron is a tropical paradise that seems suspended between reality and dream. Its crystal-clear waters, surrounded by towering limestone cliffs, are a refuge for an extraordinary diversity of marine life, making it a favorite spot for adventurers of all kinds. The submerged wrecks of World War II offer a unique adventure for history and diving enthusiasts, while hidden lagoons are perfect for moments of absolute tranquility. The beauty of Coron, with its white sandy beaches and turquoise waters, is so surreal that it seems almost like a painting, a natural masterpiece reminding us of the importance of preserving our planet. Hallstatt, Austria. Regarded as one of Europe's most picturesque villages, Hallstatt maintains a perfect balance between nature and history. Located on the shores of the eponymous lake and surrounded by imposing mountains, this village offers a panorama that resembles a painting. Hallstatt's history is deeply linked to its ancient salt mine, active for millennia and recognized as the oldest in the world. Tourists can explore the underground galleries or take the funicular to enjoy a spectacular view from above. The village is also an ideal starting point for hikes in the surrounding forests or boat trips on the lake, offering moments of serenity away from daily bustle. Angel Falls, Venezuela. Hidden deep within the Venezuelan jungle, Angel Falls is the world's highest waterfall, with an impressive drop of nearly 1,000 meters into the void. Its stream of water plunges from the top of Ollantaytambo, an imposing tepui that seems to defy the laws of gravity. The mist produced by the free-falling water creates a magical, almost ethereal aura around the waterfall, shrouding everything in mystery. Local stories speak of spirits and legends that inhabit this place, adding a touch of mystery to this natural spectacle. Reaching Angel Falls is an adventure in itself, through wild rivers and dense forests, but the effort is rewarded with one of the most spectacular views nature has to offer, a place that enchants and inspires profound respect for the primordial forces of our planet. Malta. Located in the Mediterranean Sea, Malta is an island with a rich cultural heritage spanning over 7,000 years. The influence of Phoenicians, Romans, Arabs, Normans, and British is evident in the fortifications, Baroque palaces, and churches that dot the landscape. Valletta, the capital, recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, features grid-like streets lined with significant monuments like St. John's Co-Cathedral and the Grand Master's Palace, highlighting the island's strategic history. Beyond history, Malta offers natural landscapes like cliffs overlooking the sea and tranquil bays, perfect for exploration and relaxation. The islands of Gozo and Comino, part of the Maltese archipelago, present a slower pace of life. Gozo is known for its rock formations, clear waters ideal for diving, and hiking trails offering views of rural landscapes. Comino is famed for its Blue Lagoon, an area of remarkable natural beauty. Chichen Itza, Mexico. One of the most majestic archaeological sites in Mexico, located on the Yucatan Peninsula, is an ancient Maya ceremonial center, famous for the Kukulchan pyramid that dominates the site with its imposing presence. This geometrically complex structure not only demonstrates the advanced astronomical and architectural knowledge of the Maya, but is also famous for the descent of the serpent phenomenon during the equinoxes, when shadows form the image of a serpent descending the steps of the pyramid. Chichen Itza offers a fascinating glimpse into the innovations and beliefs of one of the America's most intricate civilizations, with other significant monuments like the Temple of the Warriors and the Caracol, an ancient astronomical observatory. Lençóis Maranhenses, Brazil. The Lençóis Maranhenses National Park is a natural wonder located in northeastern Brazil, famous for its landscape that looks like a desert, but with a surprising peculiarity. During the rainy season, the valleys between the white sand dunes fill with water, creating thousands of blue and green lagoons. This extraordinary contrast between the barren dunes and the ephemeral lagoons is an almost surreal phenomenon that transforms the landscape into a mosaic of vibrant colors and undulating forms. Walking through these valleys offers an almost dreamlike experience, an encounter with nature that defies conventions and celebrates transience and ephemeral beauty. Nusa Penida, Indonesia. Nusa Penida is an island that promises unforgettable natural adventures, with its dramatic cliffs plunging directly into the deep blue ocean. The island feels like paradise, with crystal-clear waters hosting a vibrant coral reef and rich marine biodiversity. Among the island's most famous wonders is Kelingking Bay, also known as T-Rex Bay, for its unique rock formation resembling a dinosaur's silhouette. Hidden beaches like Atu Beach offer a white sand refuge nestled between towering cliffs, perfect spots to escape from the world. Every view on the island speaks of wild, untouched beauty, a corner of the world where nature continues to astonish and inspire. Mount Roraima, Venezuela, Brazil, and Guyana. Mount Roraima is a world apart, an ancient tabletop mountain straddling the borders of Venezuela, Brazil, and Guyana. Its sheer cliffs and summit plateau, often shrouded in clouds, create an isolated and mysterious environment, home to unique plant species and life forms adapted to an almost extraterrestrial ecosystem. Frequent rains form spectacular waterfalls that cascade from its heights, and bizarre rock formations suggest a landscape shaped by divine forces. Exploring Mount Roraima is like walking in a prehistoric dream, a journey to a corner of the planet where nature has preserved its wildest and oldest secrets. Dangxia Rainbow Mountains, China. The Dangxia Mountains, known for their extraordinary colors ranging across the entire spectrum of red, orange, yellow, and green, are a marvelous example of a geological phenomenon located in the Guangdong region of China. This landscape, unique in the world, is characterized by layers of sandstone and minerals that have accumulated and compressed over more than 24 million years, creating a natural rainbow effect. The mountain peaks, with their soft and wavy forms, appear almost hand-painted in a burst of vivid colors. Visitors can explore these formations through a network of hiking trails that offer spectacular views and countless photographic opportunities, making every visit an unforgettable experience. Sicily, Italy. In the deep yet wonderful south of Italy, there is an island that is a true crossroads of cultures, histories, and landscapes. Sicily, an explosion of colors, scents, and flavors. An island that has so much to offer, from enchanting beaches to world-renowned archaeological sites. Palermo, the capital, is a mosaic of historical influences, with vibrant markets such as Vucceria and Ballarò present converge. Don't miss the Palatine Chapel, a masterpiece of Byzantine mosaics, or the Teatro Massimo, one of the largest opera houses in Europe. Sicilian villages, like Erice and Cefalù, provide a dive into history and traditions. Also noteworthy is Taormina, with its ancient Greek theater, offering spectacular views of Mount Etna and the Ionian Sea. Sicilian cuisine reflects the island's cultural richness, with dishes like arancini, caponata, and cannoli, which delight the palate and tell the story of an island still little known. The Amazon rainforest, South America. The green lung of the world covers over 7 million square kilometers and hosts one of the richest biodiversities on Earth. Crossing 9 countries, it is a refuge for jaguars, colorful parrots, and indigenous tribes living in harmony with nature. Exploring the Amazon is a unique adventure, with cruises along the Amazon River, eco-lodges hidden in the jungle, and walks among the treetops that reveal untouched nature. Guided tours allow you to discover rare species of animals and plants and learn from shamans about the medicinal properties of local plants. A trip to the Amazon is an immersion in the beauty and mystery of wild nature. Flowering Desert, Chile. The flowering desert is a rare natural phenomenon occurring in the Atacama region, the world's driest desert. After rare rains, the desert magically transforms, covering itself with a multicolored carpet of wildflowers. This ephemeral explosion of life in an otherwise inhospitable environment is a fascinating demonstration of nature's resilience. The sight of flowers blooming amidst arid landscapes offers an extraordinary visual contrast and a precious lesson on life's ability to adapt and thrive in extreme conditions. This miracle attracts tourists and botanists from all over the world, eager to witness the brevity and beauty of this extraordinary natural event. Strasburg, France. As the capital of Alsace and home to numerous European institutions, Strasbourg is a city where the past meets the present in an intriguing cultural blend. Walking through its famous La Petite France district, with its enchanting canals and timber-framed houses, will make you feel like you've stepped into a vintage postcard. The city's heart is the majestic cathedral, a masterpiece of Gothic architecture that dominates the skyline with its tall, graceful tower. But Strasbourg is not just about historic beauty. It's also a vibrant center of contemporary culture, with museums, art galleries, and a rich calendar of festivals. Don't forget to savor the local cuisine in one of the many cozy restaurants, where you can enjoy dishes like békioff and tarte flambée. Phi Phi Islands, Thailand. The Phi Phi Islands are an emblem of tropical beauty in the Andaman Sea, famous for their crystal-clear waters and towering limestone formations that rise vertically from the deep blue. The white, sandy beaches, fringed with swaying palms and turquoise waters, offer postcard-perfect scenery that seems too perfect to be real. The magnificence of these islands lies not only in their outward beauty, but also in their fascinating underwater landscapes, attracting divers from all over the world to a submarine paradise of colorful corals and vibrant marine life. Visiting these islands is like entering a world where nature has decided to showcase all its splendor in a bold and vibrant manner. Andalusia, Spain. Andalusia is a land where history intertwines with culture and tradition merges with natural beauty, creating a setting where every city tells an ancient story. Seville, the beating heart of the region, hosts the Real Alcázar, a palace that is a masterpiece of Moorish architecture, with labyrinthine gardens and lavish interiors bearing witness to centuries of royal history. Every corner of this city pulses to the rhythm of flamenco, which originates here in the lively streets and intimate venues. Granada, guardian of the Alhambra, offers an incredible view. Its palaces and gardens are a triumph of Islamic art that contrasts with the ruggedness of the Sierra Nevada mountains. Cordoba is no less captivating, with its mezquita, once one of the largest mosques in the Islamic world, now transformed into a cathedral, where horseshoe arches and striped columns create a visual dance that enchants all visitors. Additionally, the city of Cadiz, with its golden beaches and vibrant carnival, and Jerez de la Frontera, famous for its sherry wines and equestrian schools, enrich the cultural and sensory offerings of Andalusia. This region is not only an outstanding repository of historical and artistic heritage, but also a paradise for nature lovers, with its natural parks and pristine beaches, inviting exploration of Spain's wilder side. Dead Sea, Israel, Jordan, and Palestine. The Dead Sea, the lowest point on Earth, offers a lunar-like landscape with its hypersaline waters that allow effortless floating. The sensation of weightlessly floating on the water is a unique experience, as if suspended in another world. The lake's shores are covered with crystalline salt that sparkles under the sun, creating an extraordinary visual effect. A dip in its waters is not only relaxing, but is also said to have healing properties, attracting tourists from all over the world seeking natural relief. Singapore. Singapore is a cutting-edge city-state distinguished by its commitment to innovation and sustainability. This metropolis is known for its impeccably maintained gardens, such as the Gardens by the Bay, featuring futuristic plant conservatories, and the famous Super Tree Grove, photovoltaic trees that harness solar energy. Marina Bay Sands, with its iconic skyline and renowned sky park, offers breathtaking panoramic views of the city. Singapore is also a paradise for food lovers, ranging from UNESCO-listed hawker centers to Michelin-starred restaurants. The city is renowned for its cleanliness and order, reflecting a society that highly values harmony and efficiency. Lastly, it is a perfect example of multiculturalism, with vibrant neighborhoods like Little India and Chinatown offering authentic and colorful cultural experiences. Niagara Falls, USA and Canada. Known worldwide and located on the border between Canada and the United States, Niagara Falls is a unique natural wonder, with millions of liters of water plunging every second. An excursion on the famous Maid of the Mist allows you to approach the edge of the falls, completely immersing yourself in the roar and spray. Moreover, the journey behind the falls offers an equally unique experience, allowing tourists to observe them through a system of tunnels. The night views, with the falls illuminated by colored lights, are unforgettable, while the panoramas from the Skylon Tower and Clifton Hill allow you to embrace this extraordinary power of nature with your gaze. Valley of the Moon, Chile. The Atacama Desert in Chile is the driest in the world, and it is here that you find a landscape that seems to come straight from another planet, the Valley of the Moon. This region is characterized by its spectacular rock formations, similar to natural sculptures, and sand dunes that turn pink and orange at sunset. Salt caves and wind-sculpted walls create a lunar panorama from which the valley takes its name. It's an ideal place to explore by jeep or on foot, savoring the vastness and tranquility of the desert. At night, the sky above the valley is a true spectacle for astronomy lovers, offering an incredibly clear view of the Milky Way. Innsbruck, Austria. Nestled in the heart of the Austrian Alps, Innsbruck is a city that perfectly balances nature and culture. Known as the capital of the Alps, this city is beloved by winter sports enthusiasts, as well as history and architecture aficionados. Its historic center is marked by the famous Golden Roof and the Imperial Palace, both of which bear witness to the city's rich Habsburg past. Innsbruck is also an ideal starting point for exploring the Austrian Alps, and each year it hosts various sporting and cultural events that draw tourists from around the world, making it a vibrant destination in every season. Lapland, Finland. Finnish Lapland is an enchanted region, best known for its spectacular views of the northern lights. This natural phenomenon transforms the night sky into a theater of dancing lights, with shades of green, purple, and blue illuminating the snowy landscape. Beyond the magical celestial display, Lapland is a paradise for winter activities such as skiing, snowshoeing, and sledding with dogs or reindeer. The Sami culture, the indigenous people of the region, adds another layer of depth to the experience, with opportunities to discover their music, crafts, and traditional way of life. Lapland offers a retreat far from the daily hustle and bustle, a place where nature rules and time slows down in peaceful solitude under the vast Arctic sky. The Andes, South America. The Andes mountain range extends for over 7,000 kilometers along the western coast of South America, crossing 7 countries and hosting some of the most spectacular landscapes of the continent. In Peru, Machu Picchu, nestled among the mountains, is an ancient Inca city shrouded in mystery. In Bolivia, the Salar de Uyuni, the world's largest salt flat, creates an incredible mirror effect. The high peaks of Aconcagua in Argentina attract climbers from all over the world, while Chile is known for its volcanic landscapes and Torres del Paine National Park. The Andean highlands, with their traditional villages, lagoons, and geysers, offer a unique cultural experience. Madrid, Spain. Madrid is not just the political and cultural capital of Spain. It's a melting pot of cosmopolitan energy that embraces both the new and the traditional. Strolling along Gran Via, you'll find yourself surrounded by historic buildings housing modern shops and theaters, a true contrast that defines the essence of Madrid. A must-visit are the Almudena Cathedral and the Royal Palace, not only for their imposing architecture, but also for the palace's 3,418 rooms, making it one of the largest royal palaces in Europe. This palace is not just a tourist site, but is used for state ceremonies, solidifying its role in the political heart of the country. Additionally, in the city's core, the Mercado de San Miguel offers a dive into Spanish gastronomy, where each stall tells a story of local flavors and traditions. Lastly, the Prado Museum not only enchants with the works of Velázquez, but also houses the largest collection of Goya's paintings in the world, providing a deep insight into Spanish artistic history. Zans Schans, Netherlands. Zans Schans is a journey back in time to the 18th century Dutch countryside. This open-air village is famous for its historic windmills and characteristic wooden houses, which have preserved their historic and functional charm. Here, tourists can see up close how windmills operated, used for everything from grinding grain to producing oil and paper. Zans Schans is not just an open-air museum, but an active community that preserves Dutch artisanal traditions. Interestingly, many of the windmills here are still operational, and some are open to the public for demonstrations. The village also offers shops selling local products like Dutch cheese, artisanal chocolate, and traditional souvenirs, making it a perfect place to savor authentic Dutch culture. Montenegro. With its spectacular coastline and mountainous hinterland, Montenegro may well be one of Europe's hidden gems. Kotor, nestled in a bay reminiscent of the Norwegian fjords, is famed for its medieval architecture and fortified walls, which provide panoramic views over the bay. Further south, Budva is known for its golden beaches and vibrant nightlife. Montenegro's interior reveals even more stunning landscapes, such as Durmitor National Park, a hiker's paradise with its glacial lakes and imposing peaks. Lake Skadar, on the border with Albania, also deserves mention, offering peaceful boat trips and opportunities to observe rich bird life. Death Valley, United States. Death Valley is an extreme place between California and Nevada. It's a desert that seems to come from another planet. It's the lowest point in North America and the place where the highest temperature on Earth has been recorded. Here, we find incredible landscapes, with golden sand dunes alternating with expanses of white salt. There's a place called Badwater Basin that looks like a lunar landscape. Despite its scary name, this place is full of life. In fact, after rare rains, the desert fills with colorful flowers, an incredible and unexpected spectacle. Death Valley shows how powerful and beautiful nature can be, even in the most extreme places. Jellyfish Lake, Palau. Jellyfish Lake in Palau is a stunning natural phenomenon, unique in the world. Isolated from the rest of the ocean for millennia, the lake has become a refuge for millions of golden jellyfish, which have evolved without predators and lost most of their stinging ability. Swimming among these creatures, which move gently through the clear waters, feels like entering another universe where time seems to stand still. The play of light through the water and jellyfish creates an almost dreamlike atmosphere, making this experience uniquely enchanting and peaceful. Bangkok, Thailand. Bangkok is a unique blend of sensations, flavors, and emotions, with its vibrant street markets, majestic temples, and skyscrapers that touch the sky. The Grand Palace and the Temple of the Emerald Buddha are sparkling examples of traditional Thai architecture, while the Chao Phraya River offers a relaxing alternative to the street chaos with its numerous ferries and water tours. Bangkok is also famous for its street food, offering a wide variety of authentic flavors from pad thai to spicy curries at affordable prices. The city is a cultural and spiritual hub, where ancient traditions like Muay Thai and classical dances meet the modern art scene and nightlife. Cancun and the Riviera Maya, Mexico. Cancun and the Riviera Maya are the perfect example of a tropical paradise, with their pristine white beaches and crystal clear waters, inviting both relaxation and adventure. This coastal region is a treasure trove for history enthusiasts, offering access to majestic Maya ruins that stand proudly amid lush vegetation, echoing the splendor of an ancient civilization. For those seeking underwater experiences, the vibrant coral reefs provide close encounters with lively marine life in nearly transparent waters. Beyond its natural beauty, Cancun and the Riviera Maya are also known for their vibrant cultural and nightlife scenes. From gourmet restaurants serving local and international delights to numerous clubs where the party goes on until dawn, there is always room for fun in these Caribbean gems. Milan, Italy. The capital of fashion and design is a metropolis that blends millennia of history with contemporary innovation. The Duomo, a majestic Gothic cathedral, dominates the central square with its breathtaking architecture and intricate spires. The Galleria Vittorio Emanuele II, with its glass and iron roof, is an elegant shopping arcade and a symbol of Milanese lifestyle. The Teatro alla Scala, a world-renowned opera house, attracts music lovers from around the globe. Milan is also the beating heart of international fashion, with its famous Fashion Quadrilateral hosting the boutiques of the most prestigious brands in the world. Via Monte Napoleone, Via della Spiga, Via Sant'Andrea, and Via Manzoni form an exclusive shopping triangle where luxury and elegance meet in a unique setting. Milan also surprises with its trendy districts like Brera and Navigli, its cutting-edge culinary scene, and its fashion weeks, offering a dynamic and sophisticated urban experience. Transylvania, Romania. Transylvania, a region in Romania, is shrouded in mystery and legend, most notably associated with the Dracula myth and its connection to Bran Castle. Beyond its captivating mythologies, the region boasts a rich medieval history, majestic landscapes with mountains and forests, and well-preserved cities such as Brasov, Sibiu, and Cluj-Napoca. These cities feature rustic historic centers with lively squares, Gothic churches, and colorful houses. Traditional culture remains vibrant in rural communities, where ancient crafts and popular festivals continue to thrive. Nature enthusiasts can also explore the Transylvania Mountains National Park, offering hiking trails and wildlife spotting opportunities. Itaimbezinho Canyon, Brazil. Itaimbezinho Canyon, with its rock walls rising majestically for almost 700 meters, is one of Brazil's most impressive natural spectacles. The canyon winds through the Aparados da Serra National Park, offering spectacular views of dizzying waterfalls plunging into the deep valleys below. Well-marked hiking trails allow visitors to explore the canyon's wild beauty, among lush forests and scenic viewpoints that offer incredible vistas. The fresh air and the sound of flowing water create a tranquil atmosphere, making this place a perfect destination for nature and adventure lovers. Wild Atlantic Way, Ireland. The Wild Atlantic Way, one of the world's longest and most spectacular coastal routes, winds along the western coast of Ireland. This approximately 2,500 kilometers journey offers breathtaking views of towering cliffs, secluded beaches, and picturesque bays. Along the way, ancient monastic sites, ruined castles, and remote islands accessible only by sea are encountered. Highlights such as the Cliffs of Moher, with their imposing cliffs rising from the Atlantic waters, and Connemara, with its rugged and wild landscapes, are just a few of the route's attractions. Vinicunca, Peru. When talking about Vinicunca, often called the Rainbow Mountain, words seem insufficient to capture its beauty. Located in the heart of the Peruvian Andes, this mountain looks hand-painted by a divine artist, with vibrant stripes of red, yellow, green, and blue, alternating in a symphony of colors. These surreal tones are the result of minerals deposited over millions of years. Hiking towards Vinicunca is a breathtaking experience, not only due to the high altitude, but also for the incredible views that accompany every step. Every corner offers a new perspective, a new mental snapshot to cherish dearly. Mexico City, Mexico. Mexico City is one of the world's largest and most vibrant metropolises, a center of ancient history and modernity. The city features an impressive mix of colonial and modern architecture, world-renowned museums like the National Museum of Anthropology, and lively local markets such as La Ciudadela. The cultural heart of the city, the Zócalo, is one of the world's largest public squares, home to the majestic Metropolitan Cathedral and the National Palace. Mexico City is also a paradise for food lovers, with a culinary scene ranging from street tacos to refined dining experiences in Michelin-starred restaurants. Buenos Aires, Argentina. Often described as the Paris of South America, Buenos Aires combines European charm with a lively Latin spirit. The city is known for its tango, which can be experienced in milongas, dance halls throughout the San Telmo neighborhood. Its eclectic architecture ranges from colonial palaces to modern skyscrapers, while the famous Recoleta cemetery houses elaborate tombs that narrate the city's history. Buenos Aires is also a cultural hub, with numerous museums, theaters, and art galleries, offering a rich calendar of events and performances. The La Boca neighborhood, with its colorful houses and street artists, offers a unique glimpse into the city's artistic and cultural life. Portuguese coast, Portugal. Along the western coast of Portugal stretches a unique landscape that captures the essence of the Atlantic. This coastal stretch is a collage of golden beaches, dramatic cliffs, and historic villages, each with its unique feature. Starting from Porto, you can follow the coast to Lisbon, discovering enchanting places like Aveiro, often described as the Venice of Portugal for its picturesque canals. Continuing on, Sintra emerges as a must-visit for its palaces and exotic gardens, romantic architecture, and spectacular coastal views. Cascais and Estoril, with their elegant beaches and Belle Époque charm, offer a touch of class and history, while Caparica, with its extensive surfable beaches, attracts sports enthusiasts from around the world. The Portuguese coast is also a treasure of biodiversity, with natural parks like Arrábida, where the mountains meet the sea in a rare beauty embrace. Melbourne, Australia. Melbourne is celebrated for its dynamic culture, street art, and vibrant culinary scene. Known as Australia's cultural capital, this city is a melting pot of creativity, featuring art galleries like the National Gallery of Victoria and live performances at venues like the Melbourne Arts Centre. Hosier Lane epitomizes this spirit, an alley where murals and graffiti transform building walls into living artworks, surrounded by trendy cafes and bars. Melbourne is also famous for its love of coffee, with numerous cafes serving some of the world's finest blends. For sports enthusiasts, the city hosts international events like the Australian Open tennis tournament. Chocolate Hills, Philippines. The Chocolate Hills in Bohol are a unique geological phenomenon, with over 1,200 hill formations stretching across a landscape that looks like a world of sweets. During the dry season, the foliage covering the hills turns brown, giving them the appearance of enormous mounds of chocolate. These hills are the result of millennia of marine sediment erosion and represent one of the most iconic landscapes in the Philippines. The view from above is particularly impressive at dawn or sunset, when the hills seem to glow with their own light. Black Forest, Germany. If you love nature and adventure, the Black Forest is your earthly paradise. This vast expanse of lush woods, hidden valleys, and misty peaks was the inspiration behind many of the Brothers Grimm's fairy tales. Hiking, mountain biking, and skiing are just some of the activities you can enjoy in this region, which transforms with the seasons. Additionally, the city of Freiburg in Breisgau, located at the foot of the Black Forest, is famous for its mild climate and exceptional quality of life. It features a cathedral with Gothic architecture, a spire that seems to challenge the sky, and is a gem dominating the city. Freiburg is also a model of sustainability, with extensive pedestrian zones and an innovative drainage system that uses historic small water channels to naturally cool the air in summer. Don't miss tasting the delicious local dishes, like the Black Forest cake, a delight that combines chocolate, whipped cream, and cherries in an irresistible mix. San Francisco, United States. San Francisco, with its iconic Golden Gate Bridge, is a city of iconic symbols and intense cultural diversity. Beyond the bridge, the city is known for its historic cable cars that wind through the hills, offering picturesque views of the bay and surrounding cities. Fisherman's Wharf is the bustling heart of maritime activity and a great place to sample fresh seafood. San Francisco is also a hub of artistic and cultural activities, with institutions like the San Francisco Museum of Modern Art and performance spaces hosting everything from ballet to Broadway musicals. The city's diverse neighborhoods, from Chinatown to the Castro, offer vivid glimpses into its many faces, each with its own character and history, making this city a place where diversity and innovation walk hand in hand. Ijen Volcano, Indonesia. The Ijen volcano in Indonesia is renowned for its spectacular acidic lake, one of the largest in the world, and for the blue flames that can be observed at night, a natural phenomenon caused by burning sulfur. These flames, burning with surreal intensity against the night, along with the turquoise lake surrounded by dark rock walls, create an extraordinary visual contrast. Sulfur workers ascend and descend the volcano daily under extreme conditions, manually extracting the precious mineral in a landscape that highlights the human struggle against brutal natural forces. Ijen is not only a natural wonder, but also a symbol of human resilience in the face of environmental adversity. Costa del Sol, Spain. The Costa del Sol, with its coastline stretching over 150 kilometers along the Mediterranean in Andalusia, is an ideal haven for sun and sea lovers. This region is blessed with over 300 days of sunshine a year and a variety of beaches ranging from quiet hidden coves to bustling seaside resorts. Marbella, with its luxurious yachts and high-fashion boutiques, is the heart of glamour on the coast. Not far away, you'll find Torremolinos and Fuengirola, where lively nightlife and fresh seafood restaurants attract both locals and tourists. In Malaga, the cultural gem of the coast, you can explore the Gibralfaro Castle for a beautiful view over the city and the sea. Also, visit the museum dedicated to Pablo Picasso, which reveals the famous artist's roots in an intimate and engaging collection. Moreover, the Pompidou Center, a branch of the famous Parisian Museum, offers a window into contemporary art with temporary exhibitions and permanent installations. The Costa del Sol is also renowned among golf enthusiasts, boasting over 70 courses that offer spectacular views and exciting challenges for every player. This mix of culture, history, luxury, and nature makes the Costa del Sol one of the most celebrated destinations in Spain. Salzburg, Austria. Salzburg, the birthplace of Mozart, is a Baroque gem nestled between the Austrian Alps and the Salzach River. Its historic center, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, is a labyrinth of medieval alleys dominated by the imposing Hohensalzburg fortress. The Getreidegasse, with its wrought iron signs, houses Mozart's birthplace, now a museum dedicated to the composer. Famous for the Salzburg Festival, one of the most prestigious classical music events in the world, the city attracts culture enthusiasts year-round. Additionally, the Mirabell Gardens offer a green oasis with beautiful scenery. Salzburg harmoniously blends history, music, and architecture, offering a unique atmosphere of tradition and sophistication. Madeira, Portugal. Madeira, an archipelago located in the Atlantic Ocean, is a true paradise for nature lovers. Known as the Island of Eternal Spring due to its mild climate year-round, it offers spectacular landscapes of lush mountains, dramatic sea cliffs, and verdant Laurisilva forests, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Funchal, the capital, is famous for its blooming gardens, farmers markets, and wine cellars, where you can taste the renowned Madeira wine. An excursion along the levadas, ancient irrigation channels that crisscross the island, provides unforgettable panoramic views. Madeira is the perfect destination for those seeking a blend of relaxation, adventure, and natural beauty in one trip. Giethoorn, Netherlands. Known as the Venice of the North, Giethoorn is an idyllic village without roads accessible to cars. Here, canals serve as transport routes, and small rowboats are the preferred means of movement. Thatched roof houses and wooden bridges enhance the fairy tale ambiance of the place. Visitors can explore the village by navigating its calm canals, or walking along the well-maintained paths that line the water, discovering picturesque spots perfect for a photo stop. Beyond its natural and architectural beauty, Giethoorn is also a place of peace and serenity, far removed from the bustle of modern cities. Jeju Island, South Korea. Jeju Island, off the southern coast of South Korea, is a volcanic wonder with black sand beaches, hidden waterfalls, and caves formed by lava. The summit of Mount Hallstatt, an inactive volcano and the highest peak in the country, offers panoramic views and trails immersed in nature. Jeju is famous for its blooming rapeseed fields and fish markets, where you can taste local specialties such as abalone and fresh octopus. Moreover, the mysterious stone garden, the rock-carved temples, and the statues of the mythical doll Harubang make the island even more fascinating. Catalonia, Spain. Beyond its capital, Barcelona, Catalonia boasts a diversity of landscapes and cultural riches that captivate every visitor. Girona, in the north, is a city of rare beauty, with a well-preserved Jewish quarter and medieval walls that offer panoramic views over the old city and surrounding rivers. The region is also famous for its Costa Brava beaches, where places like Cadaqués and Lloret de Mar perfectly blend natural beauty with history, culture, and vibrant nightlife. The inland landscape of Catalonia reveals ancient monasteries like Montserrat, with its impressive basilica nestled among spectacular rock formations, serving both as a pilgrimage site and a starting point for hikers. Mount Bromo, Indonesia. Mount Bromo, located in the vast Tengger caldera in East Java, is one of Indonesia's most iconic volcanic sites. Its constant smoking activity offers a breathtaking spectacle, especially at sunrise, when the rays illuminate the surrounding lunar landscape and the clouds of gas rising from the crater. Climbing to the viewpoint before dawn to watch the sun rise behind Bromo is a pilgrimage many undertake to experience nature's majesty in a dance of colors and shadows. Sigiriya, Sri Lanka. Known as the Fortress in the Sky, Sigiriya is one of Sri Lanka's most extraordinary sights. This ancient stone fortress rises majestically over a vast plain, crowned by the ruins of a palace built in the 5th century by King Kasyapa. The famous frescoes, delicate and colorful, adorn the rock walls, testifying to the art and culture of a bygone era. The sophisticated water gardens, advanced in their engineering, showcase the technical and aesthetic prowess of ancient Sri Lanka. The view from the top of the rock offers a 360-degree panorama of the surrounding greenery, a true spectacle that blends history, culture, and nature into one magnificent scene. Lucerne, Switzerland. Lucerne is a gem in the heart of Switzerland, set against a backdrop of snow-capped mountains and the shores of its namesake lake. The city is famous for its Chapel Bridge, an ancient covered wooden bridge decorated with paintings that narrate local history. Lucerne is also the gateway to excursions in the Mount Pilatus, or nearby Mount Rigi, offering wonderful views of the alpine landscape. The Old Town is a labyrinth of cobblestone streets leading to characteristic squares, Baroque churches, and cozy bars where one can enjoy a hot chocolate or one of the famous Swiss cheeses. Waitomo Caves, New Zealand. The Waitomo Caves transform an underground journey into a celestial navigation. Inside these caverns, thousands of glowworms create an enchanted night sky, illuminating the rock formations with an ethereal light that dances to the rhythm of silence. The bioluminescence here is not just a natural phenomenon, but a visual poetry, where each tiny light seems to tell an ancient story of the Earth. Navigating through the dark waters beneath a ceiling of living lights offers a moment of pure wonder. A close encounter with an aspect of nature so magical it seems unreal. Azores, Portugal. The Azores, an archipelago in the heart of the Atlantic Ocean, is a captivating destination for those who love unspoiled nature and adventure. The 9 islands offer diverse and spectacular landscapes: volcanic craters, blue lakes, hot springs, and green meadows. São Miguel, the largest island, is famous for its tea plantations, the only ones in Europe, and the natural hot springs of Furnas, where you can relax in warm waters. Terceira, with its historic city of Angra do Heroísmo, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, is a gem of colonial architecture that highlights the archipelago's historical significance. The Azores are also ideal for whale watching, offering the chance to spot whales and dolphins in an extraordinary natural habitat. Each island has its own unique character, making every visit an unforgettable experience. Cartagena, Colombia. Cartagena stands out for its colonial splendor and historic walls, enclosing a vibrant cultural heritage. This port city on the Caribbean coast of Colombia is famous for its well-preserved historic center, full of beautiful squares, colorful churches, and historic palaces. The warm Caribbean atmosphere is palpable in the lively markets, and the rhythms of salsa and champera fill the air. A stroll on the city walls at sunset offers breathtaking views of the sea and colorful rooftops. For a true immersion in local culture, visit the Castillo de San Felipe de Barajas, a fortress that dominates the city. Kraków, Poland. Kraków is a melting pot of history and culture, where the medieval past intertwines with modern artistic fervor. The city boasts one of the largest and best-preserved historic centers in Europe, dominated by the majestic wall castle, the ancient seat of Polish kings. In the shadow of the castle, the vast market square is surrounded by historic merchant houses and the Basilica of St. Mary, with its famous Weitstoss altarpiece. Kraków is also a city of legends, such as the Wawel Dragon, adding a touch of mystery to its historical charm. Moreover, the city never ceases to amaze, offering its visitors cultural festivals, classical and jazz music, alongside bohemian cafes and art galleries that pulse with contemporary life. Yosemite National Park, United States. In the Sierra Nevada, California, Yosemite National Park is a natural treasure with its iconic granite walls, alpine lakes, and spectacular waterfalls. El Capitan and Half Dome rock giants are every climber's dream. Yosemite Falls, one of the highest waterfalls in North America, astonishes with its powerful jet. Hiking trails lead through flowering meadows, giant sequoia groves, and mountain passes, offering unique panoramas of Yosemite Valley. Campgrounds and lodges within the park offer experiences in direct contact with nature, while Glacier Point offers spectacular views of the peaks and canyons. Cusco, Peru. Cusco, the ancient capital of the Inca Empire, is a city that amazes and impresses with its millennia-old history and architecture. Located in the Peruvian Andes, it is the ideal starting point for exploring the famous Machu Picchu. The city itself is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, with extraordinary examples of Inca architecture integrated with Spanish colonial constructions, as seen in both the cathedral and the Coricancha, the Temple of the Sun. San Pedro Market offers a dive into local culture, with traditional handicrafts and fresh food products. Finally, the ruins of Sacsayhuaman showcase impressive Inca engineering, with huge, precisely cut stone blocks that fit together without the use of mortar. Svalbard Islands, Norway. The Svalbard Islands, located in the Norwegian Arctic Ocean, are renowned for their pristine Arctic landscape, characterized by snow-covered mountains, vast glaciers, and expansive tundra. This remote archipelago is a refuge for a rich and diverse fauna, including polar bears, Arctic foxes, and numerous species of migratory birds. Exploration opportunities range from dog sledding to cruising through icy fjords, also offering a unique spectacle of the northern lights during the winter months. Beyond adventure, Svalbard plays a crucial role in scientific research, contributing to studies on Arctic environment and climate. Lake Baikal, Russia. In the heart of Siberia, Lake Baikal is a true natural treasure, the deepest freshwater lake in the world, and one of the oldest. In winter, its surface transforms into an expanse of ice that shines like a diamond, while in summer, it offers clear waters perfect for swimming and exploration. The shores are dotted with pine forests and small fishing villages, where you can savor smoked fish. Boat tours, train routes of the Circumbaikal Railway, and trails offer a unique way to explore this fascinating remote place. Munich, Germany. Imagine finding yourself in the heart of Bavaria, where ancient traditions intertwine with a lively modern spirit. Munich is not only famous for its Oktoberfest, but also as a hub of culture, art, and history. Strolling through its streets, you can discover the charm of its historic breweries and the majesty of buildings like the Residence, once home to the kings of Bavaria. The city is also green, with the Englischer Garten providing a vast oasis of peace, even larger than New York's Central Park. Munich's museums are treasure troves of discovery. The BMW Museum celebrates German engineering precision, while the Pinakothek der Moderne enchants contemporary art enthusiasts. But that's not all, as every corner of the city offers little surprises, including craft markets, hidden cafes, and panoramic terraces. Don't forget to visit Marienplatz, the vibrant heart of Munich, where the imposing Neues Rathaus, or New Town Hall, dominates the square with its stunning Gothic architecture. Here, daily, you can witness the spectacle of the Glockenspiel, a mechanical carillon that recounts pieces of Bavarian history with its dancing figures. Seychelles. The Seychelles are an exotic archipelago composed of 115 islands, each immersed in a sea of crystal blue shades and bordered by beaches of fine sand. This tropical paradise, in addition to its idyllic coasts, is famous for its biodiversity, both terrestrial and marine. The islands are home to lush tropical forests, which can be explored through trails winding through nature reserves, known for their sea coconut palms and incredible endemic flora and fauna. The richness of marine ecosystems makes the archipelago a reference point for snorkeling and diving, offering sea lovers the possibility to immerse themselves in a colorful and unspoiled underwater world. Bavarian Alps, Germany. The Bavarian Alps are a majestic mountain range, offering magnificent views and an idyllic escape from the hustle and bustle of daily life. Known for its snowy peaks, crystal-clear lakes, and green alpine pastures, the region is a haven for outdoor enthusiasts. Hiking, skiing, and mountain biking are just a few of the activities available, immersing you in a natural environment of unmatched beauty. Picturesque towns like Garmisch-Partenkirchen, with its typical painted houses, add historical charm to the region. Additionally, the Bavarian Alps are home to Zugspitze, Germany's highest mountain, from which you can enjoy spectacular views that extend beyond the German borders. Cinque Terre, Italy. The Cinque Terre, a string of 5 picturesque villages along the Italian Riviera, are celebrated for their colorful buildings perched directly by the sea. Riomaggiore, Manarola, Corniglia, Vernazza, and Monterosso al Mare are linked by scenic trails offering fantastic views of the Italian Riviera. This area, protected as a national park and a UNESCO World Heritage Site, exemplifies how communities can coexist harmoniously with nature. Besides hiking, the Cinque Terre offer opportunities to swim in clear waters, taste local wine produced on hillside terraces, and savor Ligurian cuisine known for its pesto and fresh seafood. Monarch Butterfly Biosphere Reserve, Mexico. The Monarch Butterfly Biosphere Reserve in central Mexico is the site of one of the world's most fascinating natural spectacles, the annual migration of the monarch butterflies. Each year, millions of these orange and black butterflies travel thousands of kilometers from Canada to seek refuge in this area during the winter. The forests fill with a sea of butterflies, covering trees and sky, creating a vibrant and colorful atmosphere that transforms the forest into a living masterpiece. Seeing these delicate beings gather in such vast numbers is a reminder of nature's wonder and its incredible resilience and survival capacity. Raja Ampat, Indonesia. Raja Ampat, known as the heart of the world's marine biodiversity, is an archipelago located in the West Papua region of Indonesia. This remote paradise is composed of over 1,500 small islands, each rich in unique fauna and flora. The waters around Raja Ampat are some of the richest in marine species on the planet, with spectacular corals and a wide range of underwater life, attracting marine biologists and divers from around the world. The aerial view of the islands is equally magnificent, with their rocky formations emerging from deep blue waters, creating a visual mosaic of rare beauty. Cyclades, Greece. The Cyclades are an archipelago in the heart of the Aegean Sea, famous for its enchanting islands like Santorini, Mykonos, and Paros. These islands are known for their white and blue cubic houses, sandy beaches, and crystal-clear waters. Santorini, with its unique view of the submerged caldera, offers romantic sunsets that seem to paint the sky red and orange every evening. Mykonos, meanwhile, is known for its vibrant nightlife and fashionable boutiques, while Paros offers a quieter mix of natural beauty and traditional villages. Beyond natural beauty, the Cyclades are rich in history, with archaeological sites like Delos and Byzantine churches scattered across the islands. The local cuisine, featuring dishes with fresh fish, goat cheeses, and the famous Assyrtiko wine, reflects the freshness and abundance of the Aegean Sea. Geyser Lake, Russia. Geyser Lake, located in Siberia, is renowned for its extraordinary beauty and geothermal peculiarities. The lake's turquoise and incredibly clear waters are surrounded by a landscape of dense forests and snowy mountains. The lake gets its name from the numerous geysers and hot springs around it, which heat the water and create a fascinating contrast with the cold external environment. These geothermal phenomena not only contribute to the scenic beauty of the place, but also offer a spectacle of steam constantly rising from the water, adding an element of mystery and charm to this remote natural paradise. Oslo, Norway. Oslo, surrounded by mountains and sea, is the gateway to the incredible natural expanses of Norway. The city is a center of architectural innovation and sustainability, highlighted by the Opera House, which stands like a white iceberg on the fjord. The Viking Ship Museum and the Vigeland Sculpture Park offer dives into Norwegian history and art. Oslo is also committed to environmental protection, with many green areas and a commitment to eco-friendly public transport. The city is also a starting point for adventures into the country's wilderness, such as aurora hunting and fjord hiking. Milford Sound Fjords, New Zealand. In New Zealand, Milford Sound Fjords National Park is a wonder of steep mountain peaks that plunge directly into the deep waters of the fjords. Milford Sound, the most famous, has been defined as the eighth wonder of the world. Cruises and kayak excursions among the high cliffs allow you to observe waterfalls such as Stirling and Bowen Falls. Here, seals, dolphins, and even penguins populate the coasts, while Mitre Peak towers over the fjord with its characteristic pointed shape. Budapest, Hungary. Budapest, split by the majestic Danube River, is a city of contrasts, blending the historical charm of ancient Buda with the vibrant energy of modern Pest. Known as the Pearl of the Danube, the city boasts an impressive architectural heritage, including the neo-Gothic Parliament, Buda Castle, and the historic Székely thermal bath. Evenings can be spent cruising on the Danube, admiring the many lights illuminating the bridges and historic monuments. Budapest is also famous for its nightlife, with the unique ruin pubs set up in the city center's abandoned buildings and filled with eclectic art and furnishings. Phong Nha Kẻ Bàng National Park, Vietnam. Phong Nha Kẻ Bàng, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, is renowned for its cave and karst systems, including the spectacular Sun Dung, the largest cave in the world. These caves are underground cathedrals of stalactites and stalagmites, enormous halls that could house entire skyscrapers, and underground rivers flowing deep beneath the Earth's surface. The air inside is cool and laden with mystery, and the echo of footsteps and dripping water resonates like music in a silent hall. Exploring these caves is an adventure into the heart of the Earth, a journey through hidden landscapes that remain isolated and pure, living testimonies of the sculpting power of water and time. Underwater waterfall, Mauritius. The underwater waterfall at Le Morne, Mauritius, is an extraordinary optical illusion, where sands and sediments are dragged in such a way as to create the visual effect of a waterfall plunging into the ocean. Seen from above, it looks like a real underwater waterfall, a phenomenon that attracts photographers and curious visitors from around the world. The surrounding area, with its rich blue ocean and towering mountains as a backdrop, adds another layer of majesty to this extraordinary waterfall. Swimming and snorkeling in the nearby waters, where marine life abounds, complete the experience of this unique place, combining natural beauty and visual wonder. Valparaiso, Chile. Positioned along the Chilean coast, Valparaiso is a colorful and vibrant city, famous for its historic buildings adorned with intricate murals. With its bohemian charm, the city attracts artists and writers from around the globe. Visitors can explore numerous art galleries, museums, and cultural cafes scattered across its hills. Historic funiculars offer a unique way to navigate the city's varying elevations, providing beautiful views of the harbor and the Pacific Ocean. Valparaiso's architectural heritage is unique, blending colonial architecture with urban innovations adapted to its steep slopes. Vancouver, Canada. Vancouver is a vibrant city nestled between the Pacific Ocean and the mountains of British Columbia. It is known for its accessible urban environment and rich array of outdoor activities. The city is a cultural melting pot with a dynamic arts and music scene and a variety of neighborhoods offering diverse experiences, from the historic Gastown with its Victorian buildings to the modern Yaletown with trendy lofts and restaurants. The city is also a gateway for natural adventures, with places like Stanley Park, one of North America's largest urban parks, offering trails, beaches, and stunning scenic views. Arashiyama Bamboo Forest, Japan. The Arashiyama Bamboo Forest, located on the outskirts of Kyoto, is a place of tranquil and stunning beauty. The tall, slender bamboo stalks reach towards the sky, creating a green canopy that filters the sunlight, transforming the grove into a sanctuary of peace. The sound of the wind whispering through the bamboo is recognized as one of the scenic sounds of Japan, an auditory experience that complements the visual serenity. Walking through these green paths is like entering another dimension, an escape from urban frenzy that reconnects visitors with nature in a profoundly meditative way. Provence, France. Imagine a land where lavender fields stretch to the horizon, painting the landscape in intense purple hues. This is Provence, a region embodying the spirit of southern France with its idyllic landscapes, vibrant art, and colorful markets. As you stroll through the streets of its charming villages, like Saint-Rémy or Gordes, you'll come across boutiques selling Provençal fabrics and handmade ceramics. The cuisine here is a chapter unto itself. Aromatic olive oils, robust wines, and dishes that taste of sun and sea await to delight your palate. With an artistic history that includes names like Van Gogh and Cézanne, every corner of this region seems like a living painting. Provence is not just a place to visit, but an experience to be lived. Kakadu National Park, Australia. In northern Australia, Kakadu National Park is a vast nature reserve that hosts ancient Aboriginal rock art galleries, rainforests, marshes, and rocky gorges. Cruises along the East Alligator River and on the Yellowwater Billabongs allow observation of crocodiles, migratory birds, and water buffaloes. Rock art sites such as Ubur and Norlangi tell stories from thousands of years ago, while Jim Jim and Twin Falls waterfalls invite you to take a refreshing dip. In addition, excursions through the savanna and park panoramas reveal the rich biodiversity and deep spirituality of this land. Diamond Beach, Iceland. An enchanted vision awaits those who venture to Diamond Beach, where fragments of ice are scattered on the black sand like diamonds left there by invisible giants. Located near the Jökulsárlón Glacier Lagoon, this beach is the meeting point between ice and ocean, where icebergs calved from the Vatnajökull Glacier end their long journey. The Atlantic waves shape and polish them into sparkling gems under the Icelandic sky. Sunlight filtering through the translucent ice creates stunning light shows, offering a spectacle that changes with every hour of the day and every season. Hawaii, United States. Hawaii is a tropical paradise made up of several islands, each with its own unique personality. This Pacific archipelago offers stunning landscapes, a rich culture, and a special harmony with nature. Oahu, the most famous island, blends the energy of Honolulu City with natural beauty. Here, you'll find the famous Waikiki Beach with its modern skyline, but also the North Shore with giant waves that attract surfers from around the world. You can visit Pearl Harbor to learn about an important piece of history, or the Polynesian Cultural Center to immerse yourself in Pacific traditions. Maui, called the Valley Isle, is famous for its varied landscapes. Sunrise viewed from the Haleakala volcano crater is an unforgettable experience. The road to Hana, a winding road, leads through tropical forests, waterfalls, and black sand beaches. Maui is also perfect for snorkeling and relaxing on dream beaches. Kauai, known as the Garden Isle, is a paradise for nature lovers. Waimea Canyon, called the Grand Canyon of the Pacific, takes your breath away. The Napali coast, with its green cliffs dropping into the blue sea, looks like it's straight out of a movie. The Big Island, finally, is the largest and most diverse. Here we find active volcanoes in Volcanoes National Park, but also green, black, and golden sand beaches, and you can even stargaze from Mauna Kea. Hawaii is the heart of Polynesian culture, where ancient traditions like hula dancing and luau's are still alive. Moreover, the concept of ohana, or family, is very important and extends beyond blood ties, including the community, tourists, and nature itself. Visiting Hawaii reminds us how connected we are to nature and how important it is to respect and preserve our planet's beauty and ancient cultures. Copenhagen, Denmark. Copenhagen blends its historic charm with a modern aesthetic, making it one of the world's most livable cities. The Danish capital is known for its commitment to sustainability, evident in its innovative architecture and well-developed bicycle system, inviting residents and tourists alike to explore the city on two wheels. Notable places include Rosenborg Castle, which houses the Danish crown jewels, and the Little Mermaid statue, inspired by Hans Christian Andersen's fairy tale. Copenhagen is also the vibrant heart of Scandinavian design, with boutiques and showrooms offering a taste of Nordic lifestyle. For food enthusiasts, the city boasts an excellent culinary scene, from traditional Danish cafes to new Nordic cuisine restaurants. Tumpak Sewu, Indonesia. Tumpak Sewu, located on the island of Java, is one of Indonesia's most spectacular waterfalls. Also known as the Stepped Waterfall, this natural wonder offers an impressive panoramic view, with water cascading radially over a wide amphitheater of mossy rocks. The surrounding region is lush, rich in tropical vegetation, and offers numerous opportunities to explore the local biodiversity. Venturing into the area allows one to discover an almost untouched nature, with trails leading to exceptional observation points. Montevideo, Uruguay. Montevideo, the tranquil capital of Uruguay, boasts a charming waterfront promenade, La Rambla, which invites long contemplative walks with ocean views. The city blends old-world charm with a relaxed and welcoming pace of life. In the heart of Montevideo, Plaza Independencia marks the transition from the historic center, with its Art Deco and neoclassical buildings, to the modern city. The city is renowned for its carnival, one of the longest in the world, featuring colorful parades and vibrant candombe music, a UNESCO intangible cultural heritage. Moreover, history is palpable at every corner, especially in its old town, Ciudad Vieja, where colonial architectures mix with contemporary art galleries and bohemian cafes, creating a rich urban tapestry. Swiss Alps and villages. The Swiss Alps present a landscape of unparalleled natural beauty, with majestic mountains, green valleys, and crystal-clear lakes. Zermatt, at the foot of the Matterhorn, is an ideal destination for mountain enthusiasts, with its ski slopes in winter and hiking trails in summer. The town is entirely pedestrian, allowing visitors to enjoy the fresh air and spectacular views without car pollution. Interlaken, situated between Lake Thun and Lake Brienz, is another gem of the Alps, famous as a gateway to numerous outdoor activities such as paragliding, rafting, and hiking. The two towns offer a perfect mix of adventure and relaxation, with opportunities to immerse in the tranquility of the mountains and discover traditional Swiss hospitality in cozy chalets and restaurants serving fondue and raclette. Canary Islands, Spain. The Canary Islands are an archipelago in the Atlantic, a true paradise of geographical and climatic diversity. Tenerife, the largest island, is dominated by the majestic Teide volcano, which is the highest point in Spain, and offers lunar landscapes and lush forests in its surroundings. The island's diverse climates allow for numerous outdoor sports, from hiking in the mountains to diving in clear waters. Tenerife is also famous for its botanical gardens and vibrant festivities, like the Carnival, one of the most colorful and well-attended in Europe. Gran Canaria is known for its endless beaches and the Maspalomas Dunes, resembling a small desert next to the sea. The island also features quaint mountain villages and a vibrant nightlife in its capital, Las Palmas. Lanzarote, with its surreal volcanic landscapes and the nature-integrated artworks of Cesar Manrique, is an island where art and the natural environment uniquely blend. Fuerteventura is renowned for its white sandy beaches and turquoise waters, often breezed by winds, making it a paradise for surfers and sailing enthusiasts. Each Canary Island offers a unique experience, making the archipelago a significant tourist destination. Jurassic Coast, England. The Jurassic Coast, a 155-kilometer stretch of coastline in southern England, is a geological treasure and UNESCO World Heritage Site. This spectacular coastline extends from eastern Devon to Dorset, offering a journey through 185 million years of Earth's history. The multicolored cliffs tell the story of our planet, exposing rock layers from the Triassic, Jurassic, and Cretaceous periods. Here, fossil hunters can discover imprints of prehistoric creatures hidden in the rocks. Finally, the coastal paths offer mystical panoramas and the chance to observe a rich variety of flora and fauna. Cenotes, Mexico. The cenotes in Mexico are windows into the underworld, aquatic marvels hidden beneath the Earth's surface. These natural wells, formed from the collapse of limestone caves, are filled with fresh, crystal-clear waters, inviting exploration. Diving into the cenotes waters is like swimming in an underground cathedral, surrounded by stalactites and stalagmites decorating the ceilings and walls. Light filters through openings in the ceiling, playing with the water and creating light effects that transform the swim into an almost spiritual experience. Cenotes offer not only a respite from the tropical heat, but also an intimate connection with the geological wonders of the planet. Lake District, Italy. Italy's Lake District is a region of extraordinary scenic beauty, located in the north of the country. Lake Como, Lake Garda, and Lake Maggiore are nestled among imposing mountains and surrounded by quaint towns. Lake Como, with its luxurious villas and botanical gardens, attracts celebrities and visitors seeking tranquility and beauty. Lake Garda offers a variety of recreational activities, from windsurfing to hiking in the surrounding natural parks. Lake Maggiore is famous for the Borromean Islands, a group of fairy tale islands with palaces and exotic gardens. The region offers not only stunning natural scenery, but also a rich culture, with music festivals, art exhibitions, and local markets celebrating Italian traditions. Komodo National Park, Indonesia. Nestled in the Sunda Islands archipelago of Indonesia, Komodo National Park is famous as the sanctuary of the Komodo dragons, the largest terrestrial reptiles on our planet. It is also an ecosystem of extraordinary richness, ranging from rugged volcanic hills to dense forests, reaching pristine beaches and vibrant coral reefs. The park's biodiversity is immense, offering refuge to a variety of marine and terrestrial species, making it a primary site for biological conservation and largely untouched by human behavior. Mount Kelimutu, Indonesia. Mount Kelimutu in Indonesia is famous for its 3 crater lakes, each of which changes color depending on the mineral activity and chemical composition of the waters. The colors vary from bright blue to green to dark red, making each visit a unique and surprising experience. Located on the island of Flores, this place is shrouded in local legends, which tell of ancestral spirits inhabiting the lakes. Sunrise on Kelimutu is a magical moment when the first rays of the sun illuminate the lakes and the surrounding landscape, offering a spectacle of colors on the edge of the paranormal. Mount Kilimanjaro, Tanzania. Mount Kilimanjaro in Tanzania is the highest mountain in Africa, with its snow-capped peak rising solitary above the savanna. Its 3 volcanic craters, Kibo, Mwenzi, and Shira, host unique ecosystems, from rainforest to high-altitude tundra. the challenge of reaching Kilimanjaro's summit at 5,895 meters above sea level attracts thousands of hikers every year. The different routes, such as the meringue or mashami routes, lead through spectacular landscapes where panoramas extend for thousands of kilometers. Sightings of antelopes, buffaloes, and exotic birds make this climb an unforgettable adventure. Arches National Park, United States. In the Utah Desert, in the United States, Arches National Park is a collection of extraordinary rock formations, where over 2,000 natural sandstone arches rise from the ground like sculptures. Delicate Arch, symbol of Utah, is among the most photographed and can be reached with a hike. Landscape Arch, on the other hand, is one of the longest in the world. The trails lead through canyons, pinnacles, and outcrops that tell millions of years of geological history. Dawn and sunset, moreover, tinge the landscape with orange and red hues, creating a magical atmosphere for photography and nature lovers. The Wave, United States. Located between Arizona and Utah, the Wave is a geological formation unique in its kind. Its layers of sandstone, sculpted by wind and rain, resemble waves propagating across the rock. These layers, colored in red, yellow, and orange, give life to a hypnotic landscape that seems to belong to another dimension. To preserve the integrity of the area, the number of visitors is strictly regulated with a system of daily permits. However, for those who manage to obtain a pass, the view that opens up at the end of the trail amply repays the effort of the hike, offering an experience that seems like a mirage in the desert.